constant in life is change. Our lives change daily. With each new experience, we are slightly and sometimes profoundly changed. We are a new person after having this experience, and no longer the person we were just a moment ago. Yes. In those moments when you were profoundly changed, what made the difference? You may think about the moments of milestones, such as graduation, your wedding day, your child's birth, or getting a job. Maybe you think about challenging times, losing a job, a divorce, grief. Of course, all of these definitely make a difference. What about the other moments? The moments that could have seemed insignificant at the time. Has anyone ever said anything to you that made a difference? A life-changing difference? Perhaps you were encouraged in a time when you needed it the most. Or when you didn't even know you needed it at all. This happened to me. I was an art major in high school. I took every creative class was available, including architecture. This was back in the 80s, so we used pencils back then still. I considered that art. My teacher appreciated my talent and my courage. I was the only girl in an all-boys class. The lesson that this teacher taught me had nothing to do with drawings, floor plans, or architecture. On the last day of school my senior year, Mr. Napier held me after class and said this: "Never settle for less. You always deserve the best. You can go for anything you want in this life if you don't settle. Don't settle for anything. Not in a job, not in your art, not even in a boyfriend." And with this, he looked me in the eye and paused. I'm sure I smirked a little. I knew that Mr. Napier knew I was moving to Florida 3 days after graduation with my boyfriend, a boy whom he'd had in his shop class a few years prior. He was a troublemaker. I knew the boy had changed, everything would be fine. I smiled and genuinely thanked him. He reminded me, never settle for less than you deserve. You always deserve the best. "Okay, Mr. Napier, I will, and thanks a lot." And off I went into my life, not remembering that message for quite some time. Also not knowing the great impact that small message had on my life. It would be months later. My life was a disaster. My relationship was abusive. I found myself in a situation I needed to get out of. I remembered the message. I managed to pull myself together, and I got the courage to move out and start over. The great impact of that small message was there for me in a time of desperation, and it definitely saved me from going down a path that was settling for less. And it wouldn't be the last. About a year later, I somehow got message amnesia when I met another charming, young, good-looking man. I played it differently this time. This time, I married him. It wasn't long before I found myself in another situation that I needed to get out of. I was far more abusive, far more destructive, and far more desperate. A friend of mine came to me and she said, "Why do you let him treat you like this? You deserve better." Like that, the amnesia cleared. Mr. Napier's message came back, and in an instant I knew they were both right. I managed to get out of that one with a restraining order and a very good lawyer, but never to forget the great message again. That message held me up in times beyond dangerous men, which I did learn to steer clear of after that. But never settle for less helped me in miserable jobs, stagnant times, and moments of life when it felt like everything was wrong. I remembered that message. And I began to ponder. Never settle for less was only part of the lesson. What Mr. Napier taught me was that my words make a difference in people's lives. Your words make a difference in people's lives. You never know exactly what people will take away from the words that you use, but you can choose to make a difference. Your words could propel someone to the greatest joy and success that they could experience, or could crush them. They're your words. It is your choice. Making a difference is not just for people like Gandhi and Oprah and Mother Teresa. It's for you and me. Your words make a difference. Your words are a gift that you can use daily. Your words, your love, your communication is a gift to make a difference. A difference that could mean the world to someone. You already make a difference. Your words can make a difference that could mean the world to us all.